Hello there, chaps. I'm Gash Legend, and welcome to a tank review. I haven't done one of these in a while, and this is the Rheinmetall Skorpion G. Well, this isn't really as much of a tank review as it's a quick tank review with a guide on how you want to play the Rheinmetall Skorpion G, because there's so many of these running around. I just unlocked the rental, so I didn't have to buy one, and after playing it, I didn't even get the first one in it, but I had incredible amounts of fun in this. Alright, so first off, I'll just give you a basic rundown stats. The gun, pretty good. On its, it's a 128mm gun, and it has average damage of around 500, which is pretty nice, as it's a pretty rapid-firing gun with, it takes 15 seconds, but for a tank destroyer, that's good. It gets almost 4 rounds a minute at 3.86, and it has pretty much over 200 standard penetration, so that's good. As you can see, it's a very stealthy vehicle. Even when moving, it's pretty stealthy. It's a lot like the Rheinmetall Waffenträger, but it's like a Borsig's gun on like a Panther thing, because this is the hull of a Panther. And it pretty much with a very flimsy gun shield on it. It can do 60 kilometers an hour, meaning you want to get up to very advantageous positions before your enemy can get there, before anyone else can get there. So this thing is extremely good at waiting around corners in cover. Like if you're firing out between a building or something, and the enemies go around the corner, you're going to pick them right apart. And that's kind of how you want to play this. Just, fast, maneuverable, if you have to, since this turret actually rotates all the way around, which is weird for, well, I guess it's not weird, but actually the turret doesn't turn too slowly on this thing. And it does have 17 horsepower per ton, so this thing can shift, even if the turret's a bit lackluster in some places. Average damage with a 50% cruise, 1,892. Very nice, which means it can kill one of these. It can kill a counterpart if all the shots penetrate, which they probably will. But now notice, if you see, there's no thing that says turret armor, because this is literally no armor at all. It's just a piece of metal, like just sheet metal strapped on for some cover from the wind, probably, or bullets, not tank shells. You can see it has 3 sort of muzzle brake things on the end, which I've never seen before. Looks very interesting. It's a cool looking tank, but you want to play this so you can get up on top of like hills and stuff. It doesn't have the power to weight ratio of the AMX CDC, which had 35 horsepower per ton, and this thing really does shift. But this tank, it is great. I love it. But now this is the answer that you guys have been wanting. Is it worth the money? I would say if you like turreted tank destroyers, or just tank destroyers in general, or even if you're pretty much just a medium tank player with a splash of tank destroyers, I'd say yes, because this is one of the, if not the best, tier 8 premium tank. My favorites are still the AMX CDC and the Super Pershing, but this is very good, and I would recommend picking this up if you have money and if you play World of Tanks enough. Now let's jump into a game and I can point out how to really play this. This is Tadzik underscore PL underscore 12345 from the 2XR clan in his Skorpion G. So let's just fast forward a bit. As you can see, it's not a slow tank. He's I think he's lit at high explosive. I'm not really sure why. But as you can see, as average 490 damage and average of 246 penetration. That means it can penetrate pretty much any tier 10 game. On its premium though, 311 penetration. On its high explosive, 65. Not sure if he realized he is high explosive loaded, but or maybe he wants to shoot the light tanks that are up there. Interesting. I love the we should pause for a sec. I love the FCM 50T's name there. That's gold. Ah, so close. Yeah, interesting. His gunner must have had instant switching, or he just switched it himself. So there's a CDC taking the and an RU-251. He tracks the RU-251. His first 2 shots haven't been very good. The RU-251 repaired, but this is a good spot for any tank destroyer on Abbey. So let's just enlarge the map. His team have deployed pretty well, but they're not pushing down the river flank. He's just trying to snapshot. You can pull off snapshots in this gun, but I'd recommend just kind of, as they call it in Black Ops 3, hard scoping, like a noob. But no, in tanks you want to hard scope because you can hit. It is a tier 9 game. 3 tier 9s on either side. Oh! 1 shots to Type 64, 580 damage down the board. Nice. Now, he comes out here with the collection of medals that I've only got a few times on this, in World of Tanks on this account. He's looking for shots in on that IS-3, but he decides to hold, not just fire brick walls. Excuse me, I only woke up a little while ago. Oh, 414 damage in the AMX CDC. He's kind of wasting. Like, you could have penetrated the CDC with high explosive. You really could have, and you would have done like 600 damage, 700 damage to it, because the AMX CDC has terrible armor, but incredible mobility. Another 496 damage, so he's already at over 1,000 damage. And he has the only kill his team has got so far. Now, his team wins, but due mostly in part to Tadzik's sniping from back here. Trying to get shots in on the TVP, VTU, or the AMX CDC. The CDC is a premium, and I'd recommend picking that one up as well. If you have the money and the time, as I said before. It's the only reason you really should pick up premiums. Or if you're new, wanting a tier 8 premium. Because they do make a lot of money for you in the game. But he's still trying to scope out shots on that TVP and the CDC. And you can get shots in the IS-3. No, he has to pull back because this thing does have very little armor. And if they hit, if it like a tier 1 could penetrate him, it wouldn't kill him, but they could penetrate him in his gun shield, and it would still do damage. Which is the sad thing. So he theoretically could be killed by a tier 1. He's waiting for that CDC to come out. There goes the CDC. There he goes, and then there he goes. The only other thing to get another kill on his team, they're down 3-6, is the Frocklawa in the other Skorpion G. Who has a pretty good game as well. And, oh, there we go. Frocklawa gets his second and final kill of the game, shutting down the TVP who was trying to rush their base. Went to work very well. This thing has a very nice turret that turns pretty fast. I'd try to get, Comet. Comet's a very dangerous tank, and it appears to be fully upgraded. Coming down the other flank is an M103 and M46 Korea. So he's putting the power of this machine to work to go and help his teammates, who are still holding that pretty well. That WZ-120 actually has a fantastic game. He comes out second in damage done in this game, second only to Tadzik here. So as you can see, this thing is as fast as the Panther. I think it might be a tad bit faster, but very nice power to weight ratio, so this thing can shift pretty well. So we can get up to this corner and put a big shot into that 103. Now, this tank, how I like to play it is as a fast relocating tank because you can go and help out whatever flank you need. Another big hit into the M103. Oh, and his tracks eat it. How lucky is that? He's going to probably reload before the M103 because this, for a tank destroyer, this has a very fast firing gun, and he's quicker on the trigger as well. But after he kills the M103, his tracks are back up. So he's going to go and try and put some pain into that M46 Korea. They are losing 8-10 again. Arlen in the WZ-120 is doing very well. He's actually killed him. He's been on like 83 health for like the last 10 minutes. They are still losing 9-11. He's still trying to kill that Comet, who's only lost 2 health, probably to team ramming damage. With T-95s complaining this tank is slow. Well, why did you, if you don't like slow tanks, then why'd you play it? The thing's a bunker that has a bit of wheels. The T-95, the Doom Turtle, like, he hasn't even left the base. The thing's got like 200 millimeters of frontal armor, which is crazy, and 2 sets of tracks. So you're pretty much, if you track it once, the thing's gonna get its tracks up very fast. But they act as double-spaced armor, so you can barely penetrate it from the side. The only thing you have a hope in heck of penetrating it from is, well, if you have a gun that can overmatch its insane frontal armor, like the Rheinmetall Skorpion. Well, then you need to get around back. But our base is being capped, so Tazik is zooming back, because in the Skorpion you can, and even if you're all the way at the enemy base like he was, you can get it back. You can get back there in like 20-30 seconds. So you can always have that flexibility, which is very important in a tank. But he's gonna have to stop and deal with this Comet. Oh, he tracks the Comet. The Bulldog. Bulldogs have very good guns for tier 7, even for light tanks. Very good guns. Oh, put some pain into that, and he's using himself to shield Arlen there in the WZ-120, so together they can kill him, and the Bulldog gets the kill. The Bulldog was having a fantastic game until he got shut down there. He had 2 kills in a tier 9 game, in a tier 7 light tank. So now he has 30 seconds or so to go and find that last tank. And there are 4 enemy tanks left, and Arlen is only at 64 health. He still has 900, and Arlen is dead. He has to kill that T-25/2, which he can in one shot, because this thing, thankfully, is a big gun, but he's just ignoring it. He'll take a hit and kill the RU-251 Spot Panzer, resetting the cap at 96. The T-25-2 puts a big shot into him. He's going to reload before the T-25-2, obviously, because this has fast-firing, very high-damage gun. There we go, another 401 damage. He's on 5 kills right now. And I'm kind of out of breath from doing that rapid-fire thing. I feel like I'm at an auction. And there's the Ag Panther. The action does not stop, and he snapshots the Ag Panther, kind of. But the Ag Panther destroyed his radio. Granted, he doesn't really need it right now. All he has to do with now is the Doom Turtle. And it's going to take him 4 shots to kill him. Maybe 5. Now, T-25. There's no T-25s in this game. The one of the guys said in his chat. We're just gonna speed it up a bit. They're asking how much, health the T-25 has, so they're just, speeding around, and there's only 3 minutes left in this game, so he decides that he needs to go and kill the Doom Turtle. He's driving around in the lake down here. He starts drowning, takes his risks, and gets out. And now he's approaching where the Doom Turtle was last seen. And, ooh, the Doom Turtle's actually moved. In like 4 minutes, it's a Doom Turtle. He was probably moving at full speed down a hill with a tailwind. That's the only way he could have gotten out there. So as you can see, he's being very careful. 2 minutes till the battle ends. The Doom Turtle is going, I have you now, Darth Vader style, but the Doom Turtle misses. He misses or bounces, I can't really tell. The Doom Turtle actually turns, not badly, but it is... He managed to track it just because of the size of this gun. He's going to penetrate the inner rear drive wheel, doing 500 damage. He doesn't really have enough time. It's going to be very, very close. Reloaded. That is his last round of APCR. There is 1 minute left, so he's going to reload. I believe this is comfortably in the bag. And there we go. There we go. The T-95 is dead. And the Rheinmetall Skorpion is victorious. So this is the Rheinmetall Skorpion. How you want to play this as a fast, flexible tank that you want to sit back behind your lines, sniping, and if the other flank decides to fall, then you can go over there and decide to help them. And you can pretty much hold an entire flank by yourself if you need to. And it's quite easy to carry a game in this. 7 kills. Let's take a look at how Tadzik did. He got Ace Tanker, not surprising, Bruiser, Duelist, Fire for Effect, Defender, High Caliber, not surprising, and Top Gun, because he got 7 kills. And he did 7,093 damage, earning himself, well, the High Caliber. The T-95 only did 1,000 damage. Surprised that he actually did any damage, but if we look at it via how many tanks are killed, or just the tanks, Arlen, shout out to Arlen, he played very well. He helped everyone, just get through it and stuff, but the star of this is the Rheinmetall Skorpion. And should you buy it? All depends on what I said earlier. Thanks guys, hope you all decide to subscribe, like the video. If this helps, leave a comment and say thanks. Makes my day. Thank you guys, goodbye. Irish signing out.